Hey everybody, well I randomly got a phone call from work this morning saying you don't need to come in today because we've got too many staff on. And as you can tell, there is a scooter meet going on. They do this scooter meet on the island every year. I did do a video on it last year, but it just never became a video for some reason. But the one thing that I noticed more than anything is they do not nod at bikes. They'll nod at each other, but not a single bike. So we'll probably be seeing lots of that today. Anyway, I did have a plan today, which was I need to tighten the chain on this bike. And I was like, I'll quickly go do that in the morning, it's a 5-minute job. Who doesn't have the right size fricking socket? I didn't consider the fact that it uses much larger tools than my old bike. So I need to go and get a 24mm socket. Let's go this way. Let's test the theory. No! Oh, we got one! Yeah! Beardy man! It's always the bearded ones, they're always friendly. I remember before now I was saying about a friendly beardy man. See again. Right. Oh. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. And no, it doesn't matter that they don't nod back. I don't give a fuck really, it's just funny. Other than picking up these tools I'm going to need, my mission today is to relax. You may have noticed there hasn't been an awful lot of videos coming out of me lately, and that's twofold really. One is I haven't had the time because I'm working a lot, and two, not being feeling great about things. You know, just having a bit of a shitty time at the moment, and that's, you know, that's life. And the best thing to do, I find, is just to take some time, and I've been making videos but just not, you know, caning my arse to do it. It is a weekend day, which generally means I end up getting spotted a lot if I'm out and about. That's something I'm going to talk about a little bit. If you saw the video of mine from last summer called Who's This Lot, you'll know that, you know, I think it's probably the fact that I live on a small island, compounded by the fact that I don't know, I'm just down south, I don't know what does it, but I get spotted all of the time. Nearly every single ride that I go on, someone will come and say hello, you know, something like that. And it's cool, I enjoy it, it's nice. However, there are times that can become a bit of a problem. Like when you're trying to go to work, or when you're trying to go home and you want to keep a little bit of, you know, privacy. People following you around, it becomes a little bit of a burden. I don't want you to take this as me being dickish or ungrateful or anything like that, because I do love you guys and I love the people who watch my videos, and I do like meeting subscribers, but unfortunately it's a bit difficult for you to know when it is and isn't a good time. Like, I mean, recently I've had problems trying to go to work. I was out with Mrs. Spice and her family recently. Not even on the bike, obviously, just wandering around. Sure enough, Spicey! It's just like, hi! Really bad time, boys! I don't know how much your family know about my YouTube stuff. And then you have to be like, why are those people screaming that at you? And you're like, well, you know the videos things I do. And then you have to give them more information, and yeah, you know, it can be a bit weird. I don't tend to share with people what I do online, because I'm tired of explaining it, basically, and I like to keep it as my own private little thing. And of course I know what people will say, well, if you didn't want this, why did you start motovlogging? Come on, does anyone ever think that down the line, and let's face it, it's not like I've got 150,000 subscribers or anything like that. I have 36, which in today's money, in vlogging, is small pennies. But I'm kind of glad of that, because Jesus Christ, I don't understand how, you know, Baron and RJ and people like that, are you getting spotted everywhere you go? Well, having said that, you have multiple bikes. Someone did say to me, why don't you get a secret second bike? And it's like, I can't afford to run a second bike just to have a secret bike. I love Derek, I want to ride Derek around. But I've got used to knowing when people are following me, because I'll take a couple of corners and nah, that bike is still there. And then I'll pull up and be like, you're right. And they're like, hi! I'm like, you were following me, weren't you? And they're like, yeah, a little bit. I'm like, it's cool. And I have a chat with them. And I know it's become a bit of a game for people to come down on the weekend and try and find me, because it always happens on the weekend, or they're just down here and they're like, oh, we might see him. Just imagine that from my point of view. You know, I said on Facebook a while ago, ever get that feeling you're being followed? Well, I actually am. It's this. See, I don't want you to think I'm being a dick. I've said that a couple of times now, but because I don't. I'm being a genuine person I'm explaining the feelings and stuff that you go through when this sort of stuff happens, because I never expected for this to happen in this way. I'm sure if you put yourself in my own shoes, you'd probably know. Most people just think, oh, he's been a dick, that'd be great, that'd be amazing. Yeah, well, it is. And it isn't. It's a double-edged sword. And I just wonder what this summer's going to be like, you know, with bikes all over the island. If last summer I can get, like, that many people come up to me in just a few days, what's this summer going to be like? I think the reason this has come up now is because I have been having a shitty couple of months, and sometimes I'm not taking the camera with me. At times I'm just going out for a ride to clear my head and, you know, get away from everything. And then I have to sort of, you know, be friendly and nice to people. I mean, I want to be friendly and nice, but it's difficult when you're not in the best of moods and you just want a bit of alone time. As I mentioned a while ago, one of the shitty things that was going on was to do with my job. Well, that's kind of improved in a way, because I think they picked up on the fact that I was on the verge of quitting, and I basically got a pay rise. Not a huge one. It just puts me in line with other people doing the same job, which, you know, have come in within the past year or two, and I've been there for 7 years odd. And the reason they hadn't put it up before, and I quote, is because you've had too much time off, sick. I'm like, in the past 2 years, that was a wording, and I was like, you mean having the foot surgery from the bike crash where I had a broken foot and worked on it for 18 months and completely fucked it? Is that what you're talking? Yeah, that, okay. You know, and of course, while all this shitty shit's going on in your head, and, you know, you start questioning, well, what can I change in my life? I have to change things to make things change. What do I change? And everything's been considered, pretty much. I even considered, like, my future with YouTube. Is it something I want to continue doing? Because at this point in time, I do feel a little bit paranoid about people, you know, like following me around and stuff. And it's like, well, if things do keep progressing and I keep gaining subs, is that just going to get worse and worse? And I've already said about the fact that I feel uncomfortable getting a job in the public eye now, because I get the feeling that as soon as people realise where I work, even though I must say, everyone's always got the best intentions whenever they come up to me. No one's ever been nasty. So please don't feel bad any individual. It's just the average of how many people it's becoming. And I wonder, are they going to then start, you know, the word gets out where I work, and then I have to deal with people coming into my work. You can imagine that's a problem. Oh shit! I didn't notice. 10,001. There you go, Derek. You've broken the 10,000. I totally forgot about that. I knew it was close. That sucks. Where does Derek hit his 10,000th mile? Is it on some nice road, looking at some nice scenes? No, it's in fucking traffic. I'm sorry, Derek. I only had one pop at that and we fucked it up. Actually, I'm going to share a couple of pictures here. Thanks to very much the guy who sent these to me. If you didn't know, Derek is known on YouTube before I owned him. Someone had heard there was a video of him being ridden through Scotland. I believe the bike started its life in Wales, then someone rode it to Scotland, then it came back to England, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't like owned in Scotland, they just went on a trip up there. Well, here's some pictures of Derek up in Scotland. And of course everyone's saying to me, you need to take it back there, you need to take it back there. Yeah, maybe one day, but I can't really plan on doing shit like that right now. I have work and other stuff to deal with. Right, tools. Yay, they had all the tools I needed. Anyway, I'm not about to stop vlogging. I enjoy it too much, because as I say, I feel like I'm coming out of this low patch, and I've made some decisions and thought about some things, and you know, it's what I have to do to just pick myself back up again. It's just one of the things about depression, it's all very much up and down. One of the things I realised was that I wasn't as happy and as well, as you might say, as I thought I was, and I think what that comes down to is, let me squeeze through please, thank you love, is I think I was feeling pretty shitty about the fact that I hadn't got onto a bigger bike and I hadn't sorted my licence out and that sort of stuff, and I thought, and I was in debt, and And yeah, it has been a big relief to get rid of the debt and get onto a bigger bike and stuff like that. But I haven't had this overriding feeling of joy. I had a couple of weeks of it, and then I just started feeling the way I always felt. And it was like, well, maybe what it is I just feel this way generally, and I'll just assign it to something rather than just thinking, well, it's just my head. No. It's kind of a good thing to have realised though, because what it means is when I'm feeling down and shitty about some things, I might second think now, maybe it's not actually this situation. Even though this is a crappy situation, maybe I wouldn't actually be feeling this bad about it if it wasn't for my head just being the way that it is. And that's brought me some comfort in understanding some problems I may have in the future, you know. I didn't want this to be a downer vlog. Shit! It has been. And normally when I make a video like this I delete it, but I might put this one up because I feel like I have actually reached a point where I've made some conclusions. I have made videos in the past where I'm talking about this stuff and I don't actually know the answers, or think I know the answers, so what ends up happening is I know that I'm going to end up having a load of opinions put onto me which are only going to mess my head up even more, because I'm not going to know what the deal is. Is it me? Is it, what is it? Because you don't know the full situation of everything that goes on, obviously, because you just see the videos that I make and what I choose to put online and what I choose to share with you. There's an awful lot more stuff going on. As I say, I'm a normal guy. One thing I haven't really talked about too much, because basically it's just, you know, it's going to be an ongoing problem and I don't know what the solution is, and it concerns me, like, long term wise. As you know, I had an operation on my left foot to do with that broken bone I had in the crash. Let's say it was there for 18 months, blah blah blah. If you're a long time subscriber of mine, you'll know what I'm talking about. Video X-ray of truth is the one that you'd want to watch if you know what I'm talking about. And then the following videos. Well, yeah, that foot's not been too bad. It's still quite sore at times, but what it's meant is I'm favouring my other foot. And because I have this bone-on-bone contact, flat feet, disintegrating bones, density problems, all sorts of shit going on in my ankles, I've really started to fuck my right. And I'm concerned as to what that's going to mean, because I know that the only real treatment, other than taking a shitload of painkillers, which I have stopped doing because I was taking prescription strength codeine just to work, and I realised that wasn't going to be a good thing long term. So I decided to stop it. And I think I've learned to compartmentise the pain. I can ignore it. Now, we are not talking about some niggling little pain, oh, that's a little bit sore. I mean excruciating, just ripping pain. But I've somehow, as I say, learned to, I think, compartmentise that and just ignore it and get on with it. And I've done that a lot with injuries I've had in the past. And it's quite a good skill, but at the same time, it's not great because you end up leading to more damage. And the thing that you worry about with that is, well, am I going to need an ankle replacement? Does that mean I have to take 6 months out of work at some point? It's a bit of a shitty one. But I'm not thinking about that too much because I can deal with it at the moment. I'm actually probably going to go back to the doctors soon and discuss it with them. Probably get some more cortisone pumped in there and just go on with it. And ironically, I have not been spotted yet today. I swear, it's happening a lot. It seems like I've been talking absolute shit. Yeah, no one's actually coming up to me at all. It's a complete lie. No, they are. Anyway, I know this is a bit of a moany, weird one, and yeah, it's not particularly fun to watch necessarily, but a problem shared is a problem halved. Well, on that basis, I've now got to deal with one in 36,000th. Is that what they say? Does that work? No, it doesn't work like that, does it? Anyway, I'll catch you next time. And it will be cheerier next time, I promise. Because I broke my foot 18 months ago. Ow! Wasn't ducking enough! Yeah, during the crash, I broke a very large, here you go, here's the x-ray, a very large chunk off of my foot. And it's been